Oh, this is ugly.
All right, I think we figured it out. Let's see. See if we'll Yo G. Let's see.
Yeah, we got it.
We're on. We couldn't figure it out. Happy Sunday, everyone. We're live. I'm gonna give Matt some time to share the event. Two knuckleheads trying to figure out technology didn't really work.
No, not at all.
We need a Gen Zer in here to help us. So I'm gonna read off the mission statement, and then we'll get to it. We got Matt Ganem in here, just celebrated 15 years in recovery. We're excited to hear his story and get you updated. So, Greater Waltham Recovery Solutions mission is to connect those with substance use disorder to recovery treatment services. Additionally, we offer scholarships to safe and effective sober living. We educate the public through community outreach and help veterans access premier quality treatment. Our organization embraces cultural diversity and is inclusive of every race, religion, sexual orientation, veteran status, socioeconomic background, disability, and age group. Everyone, thank you for being patient. We finally figured it out. Thanks to Matt. I'm going to read some of the comments. Olga, thank you for always chiming in. Hi, Olga. Joe Papa, what's up, G?
What up, Papa?
Um, how's everyone doing tonight? So please, we encourage you to comment, like, share, ask Matt some questions so we can get the commentary flowing.
Yeah, let's get this going. We don't have the Wheel of Fortune either,
We don't have the wheel.
so we got to come up with something. What do you think's a good number?
I think 15 is a great
15 is
number.
a great number. I like that number. We're gonna spin it around. It
So,
lands on 15. The last time I was on the show, which was what? How long ago?
2 or 3 months
A couple months back, and we raised more money than we've ever raised.
than we've ever raised.
1,600,
One
right?
shot, we raised 800 on the show, and then
Yeah,
Matt
I matched it.
matched it. So we raised 1,600
Yep,
total. The goal tonight,
more
in
than that.
increments of 15, we want to boost
Yeah,
that up.
we need to boost that number up, and whatever we donate, Aftermath will match it yet again.
Make them pay. Make them
And
pay.
the
Let's
idea
go.
is trying to get some of these other programs to step it up and match. I mean, I know when I was trying to get clean, I didn't have the ability to get any of the added support, and I know how far it goes. And there's a lot of people that end up with scholarships that like that's that little push that they needed that got them over the hump. And like everybody out there, please donate. Ideally, it's $15, but if you got a 5 spot, put five on it. Put whatever you
Whatever.
have.
Yeah, we'll be grateful for anything. Really. Just
Mm-hmm.
know the money doesn't go towards us. It does. We're just all volunteers. We do this out of the goodness of our heart. The money goes to anyone in need. Dollars for angels, we call it. Angels are people that are out there still in active addiction. Once they're ready, once they're willing, we want to be able to fund at least a month of safe, reputable,
Yep.
sober living for them. So we can have them continue on their path.
Mm-hmm. So everybody break out their wallets right now. Hit the Cash App. You got the Cash App?
We get the Cash App. So what's Venmo? So
Venmo.
at
Mm-hmm.
Recovery Solutions on Venmo.
This is gonna screw us up all day.
What's that?
We got two
We
screens. I'm
got two
looking up
screens.
there. I should be looking there.
So, so we did it. Yes, we did. I'm gonna read some comments. Please, guys, ask us some questions. Matt's got a ton of knowledge. 15 years in recovery. We're celebrating him tonight. We're celebrating the
Yeah.
program of recovery, and what it can do for you.
Damn, 31 comments.
So Carol says hello, Matt. Cal Yostin.
Oh man, what's up?
Debbie Moore.
I'll tell you, Carol. Carol took me in when I was a young knucklehead and looked out for me my entire life. She's like a second mother to me. So I appreciate you tuning in, Carol. I love you.
Well, thank you for taking him in because he's impacted the
Mm-hmm.
lives of many others since then. Debbie Moore, hi guys, love you, Deb. Deb is our assistant director. Mandy McGowan said, "Hey, it's Mandy. Matt, you're amazing. You helped me in so many ways, and I'm forever grateful for you." Mandy, thank you for all you do. Susan Andrews, congrats, Matt Ganem. Tommy Young Jr., one day at a time. Thank you, men.
I don't even want to touch the screen.
Hertha Rocco, hey Matt. Stephen Potter, good man, sober 6 years. Keep going, Stephen. Good stuff, man.
That's dope.
Mandy McGowan, congrats on 15 years of sobriety. Joseph Papa, Mikey Legs, you're the man. Thank you, Papa. I love you, brother. Anne Marie, I like 15.
Hmm.
Anne Marie, Johnny Hanson. Wow, I missed out. Yes, you did. You got
Yeah,
invited.
you should have came out, Johnny.
You should have came out. Big show
Johnny
tonight.
would have figured this out
He would
a
have figured
lot
it
quicker
out.
than
Yeah.
we did. We're
Well,
too old.
we got 6, 7 years on him, so it shows.
Yep, yep.
Joe Papa, big money. That's right.
Hmm.
Greater Waltham. Oh shit. Johnny Hanson, FOMO Heavy. Joe Papa, Aftermath Rocks. Come on, guys. That's probably Julie if I had to bet.
Yep, yep.
Put 5 on it. Great song. Matt and Mikey save lives. Love you
Yep.
guys. Thank you, Tara. It's in the comments. We got a lot. We got so many. I could probably just read the
Yeah,
comments all
yeah,
night.
yeah. That'll
But
take up the hour. Goodbye. See you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.
Carrie Ann Kakavara. Ooh, I love this. Love you,
Oh,
Carrie
big
Ann.
shout out to Carrie Ann, rocking over there at the Bridge Recovery Center. That's the spot. Anybody out there looking to get connected with like some real good people in recovery, that's the spot. This side of the bridge, that's the spot to go to.
That's the spot. Yeah, we were there
Hmm.
Friday night. They had
Yep.
cornhole going.
Game night. It's just a feel good vibe. You know, you can bring your kids down there. Like it's just Carrie Ann's creating something magical over there. It's a beautiful thing. You know.
She's got it killing. So
Hmm.
tonight is $15 suggested donation. If you could do less, do less. If you could do more, do more. It's at Recovery Solutions. The money goes to safe, reputable, sober living.
Hmm.
So without further ado, Matt, I mean it's been 15 years in recovery.
Yeah.
Could you ever envision this be your life? You're the CEO, owner, operator of a treatment center in Wakefield, Mass. You were the part owner of a treatment center prior to that.
Hmm.
You've been working in the treatment industry for years now.
Yeah.
When
No,
you were using 15 years ago, what would you ever envision that?
I never pictured I was gonna make it past 21. That's the reality of it. The way I got high and the way I ran the streets, there wasn't too many options of recovery. Never mind success or like, I mean, to look back at the 15 years since I turned my life around, it's been like a fairy tale. It's just been this like miraculous journey of ups and downs, highs and lows, and like to be where I'm at today, like this past week, I've just been completely showered with love. Just like I got such a full heart, grateful heart, very content where I'm at in life, very blessed. And you know, the past year was probably one of the hottest years of my recovery. I mean, to experience some of the depths that I went through, and I mean, it was very difficult. But one of the beautiful things about life is I choose to surround myself with very successful people in recovery. That's why I've always, me and you have hit it off. When you do things with a genuine heart, genuine intentions, and you're trying to do right by people, you end up with a good circle of people that even in your lowest moments, you can pick the phone up and there wasn't a single time that I was going through it that I called you that you didn't pick the phone up, talk me through it, that Joe Papa or Johnny or Jenna, Chris O, Chris D. I mean, I have such a beautiful network of people in recovery that like carried me through some of the lowest moments of this past year. And to sit where I'm at, we're at Aftermath, right on the lake in Wakefield, to get to chop it up and share a little bit of hope, some inspiration, hopefully answer some questions or talk with you guys out there. Like, I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful experience. And I'm beyond blessed. I'm beyond grateful. Like, I mean, I'm riding a high right now for this past week. From all the love that was shown on my anniversary date to like the men's meeting that I shared at and the love from there, it's just like, I got a smile ear to ear this past week. It's a beautiful
It's
thing.
a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but 15 years ago, I didn't shower, I didn't brush my teeth.
Mhm.
I mean, I wasn't the person that you could depend on, that you could pick the phone up. I was a lying sheet snake. Like I was not, the person that's sitting in front of you guys today. And I'm blessed for that 15 years. So
Absolutely. So what do you
mhm,
so hardships, right? You talked about
mhm.
hardships. Like so recovery doesn't come with, the exclusion of
No.
hardships, right? So just because we get sober, just because we live a good life, just because we treat people well doesn't necessarily mean we won't face
Hmm.
hardships ever again. What are some of the tools you gained in order to persevere through those hardships?
Well,
Like
I
you did.
mean, I was an IV heroin addict. I was homeless. I was, couch hopping, in and out of programs in jail. Like when you go through experiences like that and you're able to overcome it, you're able to get clean. some accountability. Um, I learned over the years to not play the victim. It's not anybody else's fault. Early on, when I was getting high, it was my mother's fault for throwing me out. It was my father's fault for leaving. It was
Mm.
your fault for giving me an attitude. It was always everything else. Always blaming any and everything that I possibly could. And it's more about accountability today. And in recovery, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There's going to be hardships. The fact is, though, is you don't have to get high to get through it,
Right.
and that's the biggest thing is the perseverance of getting clean, coming back from the hell that I experienced while using. I really feel like you could put anything in front of me and I'm going to absolutely crush it.
That's
There's
it.
not an obstacle that you can put my way that I don't feel like at one point I'm going to overcome it. And if you look back at the years, there's a lot of adversity. There's a lot of like low points. Very early on when I was like chasing this poetry thing, I had a book deal that fell through, and that was like extremely heartbreaking because I was running around telling everybody, "Oh, I got this book coming out," and I was supposed to be on CNN, and none of that stuff ended up happening. I felt like I was lying to people, and you could sit there and play the victim, or I borrowed a few dollars from one of my best friends and self-published, picked up 500 copies of a book, hit the streets, sold those 500, re-up, bought another 500.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't let certain things, you know, just impact you where you just fold and quit.
Yeah.
And even from back then, there's, whether it's losing friends, there's a lot of things that you go through that in the moment of adversity, I could say, poor me, or, play that victim card, or it's like, all right, cool. This is what happened. How am I going to get through it? What am I going to do to get beyond this struggle and stress? What do I have to sacrifice to get through that? And, for the lowest of the lows this past year, it was definitely added motivation. And one of the things that we connect on is sports and competition.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like another person saying that I can't do it or I'm not going to
That's
get
not
it
gonna
done. And it's
happen.
just going to feed
Yeah.
this chip on my shoulder that I've been riding for years and years of I
You,
shouldn't even be in the situation. So I have to put in the amount of just 10 times the effort of the next man just to prove like, all right, cool. You knock me down. I'm going to get right back up. I'm going to be Rocky Balboa, that person you just can't keep down. And I'm going to keep fighting no matter how many times I fall, dust my shirt off, not play the poor me and just, gonna try to just keep pushing forward. And it all stems from recovery. Those early days are like, how hard it was with the night terrors and trying to fight through it and your soul screaming to get high and being able to get through that. Any little thing, it's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna overcome it. Definitely moments in the last year that I definitely needed to hear from other people as well, reaching out, having Mikey tell me everything's gonna be all right,
everything's gonna be all right. That's
but
it.
those are some of the tools. You reach out to your network, you utilize that. I also have an inner belief that like when you do right by people, people will do right by you, and that good things come to those that do good. And I know it's gonna come back around. So just keep putting out good in the world, and I'm not gonna change my character for anybody or for any shortcoming or any betrayal. That's not who I'm gonna be.
Yep. Keep persevering. I love how you said like all those roadblocks and more motivation. Like there's a quote I like. It's like you told me I can't, now I have to. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, and that's the most motivation I get when someone tells me I'm not unable to
Oh
do
yeah.
something, I'm
Because
inadequate.
you
You
think
know?
about it. We all of a sudden trying to learn how to golf. You think you when you were getting high, did you ever picture being on a golf
Golf
course,
course? No, hell
country club?
no. The country club?
No,
No,
we shouldn't even be out there.
no. We shouldn't be out there. That's why everything is icing on the cake.
Success,
Everything.
clean time, family. You gotta. We both
Family.
have
Yeah.
families.
Yeah.
Were we supposed to have families when we were getting high?
We
Hell
weren't.
no.
Did we even want families when
No,
we were
no.
getting
I
high?
was useless.
That was just
I was a useless human being while I was using.
in my perspective, getting high, I'm like, dude, that's just like a ball and chain. That's gonna hold me
Yeah,
back from doing
I'm
what I need
very
to do,
yeah.
you
When I was
know?
getting high, I was very selfish. I
Very
didn't want a
selfish.
girlfriend. I didn't
Yep.
want anybody screwing with my nut. I didn't want to share.
Yep. Yep.
Like just none of that. So to sit here and think of the abundance we have in life is just
We
it's a
we
beautiful
live
thing.
really great lives, and even
Hmm.
when we become ungrateful, sometimes we got to take a step back, reflect.
Hmm.
Even 5 years ago when I met you, I was
Hmm.
coming through some adversity, and like with your
Hmm.
support, and like you gave me the drive to be like, oh, you went through that and like you got derailed from like your original plan, but now you have another plan and like you can
Hmm.
carry out the plan that's in front of you. And like with God and like, the right people around me and constantly doing the right thing by others, even when my morals are questioned, all these things, it's like you still go and you get out there and get it,
Hmm.
and you go out there and go for what you need. Like no adversity really frightens me anymore.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that's a good place to be in life, knowing that you built that resiliency to get
Yep.
through, pretty much any of the things that life has to throw at you. And, that's all just, building a network, having
Hmm.
faith, having an outlet like yourself. You have poetry.
Hmm.
Me, I have, other things. I like, style. I have a faith in a higher power, things like that. So,
You also got to find things you're passionate about,
yeah,
and that's like one of the things that I admire about you is the passion of helping others. Trying to inspire somebody else that they can live a better life, and that's something that on a personal level, like I've been trying. For a long time, I did a lot of wrong in the world, did a lot of bad, and a lot of like even when I started chasing poetry, it was trying to. One of the biggest goals was trying to leave a legacy.
legacy. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a positive legacy is
yeah,
something that I was really driven. Like I want to make a positive impact on the world. So
absolutely.
my name isn't forgotten when I'm gone. That people will look back and be like, "Wow, this kid made a difference."
They'll
Or
say to your son, your
yeah,
dad
like yo,
impacted my life. Yeah,
your
yeah,
father did some
yeah,
some cool things, and like this past week has been a lot of like sharing those stories, and it's some of the coolest things that like I've been able to experience. I've been able to help a few people and seeing the impact, and even like pushing each other. Right, I'm a very a huge person on like yo, I want to see people succeed.
yep.
I'm a firm believer that like you succeeding isn't going to affect my
Your
success.
success. No, we can both
And like
succeed simultaneously.
exactly,
Yeah,
and I had like a lot of blowback when I started doing poetry. There was a lot of people that were like, "Oh, you're wasting your time." Family members,
yeah. What's
there was
that
a
gonna
lot of
do for
yeah,
you?
there was
Yeah,
like a lot of negativity. You're not going to get anywhere with it. And even like friends turned on me as I was doing these events, like poetry events. Oh, Matt's better than now. Matt's
yeah,
better
yeah,
than.
yeah. Because you found your passion,
Yeah,
right?
because I enjoyed. There's like a freedom I have when I perform, and it's like sharing a piece of my soul with the crowd or whatever. But like when you go through those things where you have people that turn on you, it's like what does pushing somebody to succeed do to hurt me?
Right, right,
You know
right,
what I mean? Like
right,
all the different conversations on life, family, success that we've had,
right,
it does no damage to
right,
me to give you my insight, just the same way you give me your insight.
right,
It's only going to benefit both of us moving forward.
right. And then you
And
have integrity and
yeah,
credibility.
like
Yeah, yeah,
I love building people up. Like
yeah.
I want to see my entire circle grow and prosper. I want to see people like step outside of their comfort zone because a lot of times we get boxed into these ideas and that this is what we're stuck with, and that starts wearing on your soul.
Yeah.
And I always push people like, all right, cool. Oh, you want to go back to school, or you want to go start your own business, or you want to do this? I'm a firm believer that like everybody pushing everybody's only gonna get us that much closer to the success that we're all chasing.
That's
Same
it.
thing in recovery.
The strength in numbers. I'm gonna
Hmm.
take some time out. We got a bunch of comments. Please comment, ask questions. We both have a ton of experience in recovery. We've both been fortunate enough to help a bunch of people ourselves. So if you have any questions or concerns,
Joey, what up, bro?
please say what's up. So congrats. Olga said congrats on your time. We have some other comments. Let me scroll back. We got a ton. So Carrie Ann said, none of us would be provided a platform if Matt hadn't built a stage for us. Thank you both for always being that example and always supporting. Thank you, Carrie Ann. That's so true.
Love you, Carrie Ann.
Andrew said, best baseball player I've ever played with. Wow, that's high recognition. That's what's up.
My
Mark
man.
Silvestri, my man, donate $15 for each year Matt had changed the life.
Ooh,
At first
ooh,
his own, since many more. Good stuff, Mark. Love you, brother.
yeah.
Um, what else we got? We got Rich Dean. Keep it up, Matt. Congrats on 15. We got hold on, there's a bunch. There's a bunch. Jessica Grillo, you guys are killing it. Just watching from sunny Florida. Hope you're having fun in Disney World. We miss
Yep.
you. I miss my co-host.
I know.
Well,
I know.
you're the tech person. We got all
Exactly.
bumbled up without you. Greg Moulton, our guy, said, "Let's go," and then he put the fire emojis.
That would be
Um,
me, but we was trying to figure out the computer today.
Kevin Rosario, aka Riz, said studs! Exclamation
Love you,
points.
Kev.
See you this week, brother.
Kevin's my spirit animal.
He's a dog.
Yeah.
Kathy Spencer, Toronto. Hi, Mike and Matt. Congratulations, Matt, on 15 years. Greater Waltham Recovery Solutions. Never doubted you. Kevin Rosario. We out here. 7-stroke pars.
Send it.
We be golfing.
Yep.
Sean
Trying.
Canizaro, my guy. Matt. My girl Melissa told me to tell you hi.
What up, Melissa? How we doing?
Allison Payne. Signs look for signs. I like
Mhm.
that. I like that.
Yeah, big time.
Stay connected. Stay aware.
Mhm.
Greater Waltham Recovery Solutions Venmo at Waltham at Recovery Solutions. Congratulations, power to you, RJ Journey, Rachel. Love this session, Jessica Grillo, helping peeps even far away, like this girl. Matt Gorman, what's the recommended donation? $15.
$55 from you, Matt.
55 from
Yeah.
you, Matt. We know you got it.
Kick it in.
And congratulations.
Yep.
Matt's been killing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's been
Crushing it.
He's been sober a while now. Deb Moore, the recommended donation is $15 or what you can donate. Tara Shannon, no matter where you put the shepherd, the flock will follow. Matt Ganem, vision for everyone. That vision's 2020. Let's go. 2021.
Hopefully better than 2020.
Yeah, Joe Papa. How did Matt get 15 years and how did he start Aftermath? That's a great question. Let him get into it.
15 years. I mean, one is not using, not getting high, surrounding myself with good people, putting your best foot forward. I stopped apologizing with attachments. A lot of times when I was getting high, I used to say, I'm sorry, but I need $50. I'm sorry, but I need a place to sleep, or, you know, all that nonsense. Um, how I got clean, I hit rock bottom. I was, completely crushed, broken. Wanted to commit suicide every night while I was getting high. Every time I got drugs, I would do all of it, hoping I passed peacefully in my sleep. And I ended up just the lowest of the lows. I was sleeping head to toe on a futon. My buddy Eddie, he ended up getting into a program. I was living with his mom. I was giving her dope every time I copped as my way of paying rent. And one morning she woke up and she's sticking a needle in her arm. And as she's doing that, she's telling me that you got an effing problem. You need to go and get help. And it was like the first time that I ended up going to the bathroom. I was like 130 pounds. I didn't brush my teeth, didn't shower, wearing the same clothes for days. And usually when you look in the mirror, you make sure your hair is somewhat all right, and there's not something in your teeth or whatever. And it was the first time I actually took a look at myself, and I couldn't even tell you who was looking back, just a stranger. And I figured if I continue on the path that I was going, I was going to end up dead. And I didn't want to die. I didn't want to die. Like I wanted to live more than I wanted to die for that moment. And then it's like the dominoes fell into place. Most of the time, when you call for detox beds, especially back then before all these programs popped up, when you get on the phone, they're like, "Hey, no beds, call back
Call
in an
back.
hour."
Yeah.
No beds, call back in an hour. After 2 or 3 times, you're like, "Yeah, all right,
I'm
I gave
done.
it. I gave it my best effort after my third phone call."
Mhm.
And it just happened on the first try. Yeah, we got a bed. Get here now. Then I get there, right? They set me up with a halfway house. Now, before that, every halfway house I went to, I would have my bags. I would get there. I was this big tough guy in my mind when I was in the streets getting high. And once you remove the drugs from me, I was a scared little boy. I was just insecure. How you look at me, how you judge me. You're tougher than me. I'm scared of everything and anyone around me. And in fight or flight situations, I would take off. Like stipulated to a halfway house, take off. Stipulated to the Salvation Army, take off. See you later. Couldn't hack it. And I ended up getting to this house, and a guy gave me an opportunity. You know, was a little nervous that I wasn't going to get the bed, but again, like the different signs somebody was talking about, I truly believe that like my friends that passed away have always been looking out for me. And my buddy's mother speaking to me, I don't believe it was her because when I'm getting high with somebody, I don't want them getting clean. Never mind if I see you on the streets and you're clean and I'm getting high, I'm telling you how fire the dope is that I can get, hoping you have money in your pocket because I'm
Your
not.
money's my money.
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I was not a very, very good guy when I was getting high. So like her talking to me saying, "Hey, you got a problem. You need to go and get help." I don't believe it was her. I believe it was it was my best friend James that was speaking, who committed suicide a few years before that. And the guy that the halfway house I ended up on, I had my bag, not bags. I had a
A
shopping
bag.
bag with everything that I had, and everybody else was there for their interview. And then they come in, and they're like, the guy Bob Brown, he's like 6'5", he did 10 years. He was a DEA agent that had a manslaughter charge. Like this big brass macho man comes in and goes, "What? Saying a hotel? Who brought their clothes here? Ba ba ba." And I'm already checked out. Like I'm gonna go get high in Fields Corner. Like this is my shot. I'm gonna go turn myself in, do the jail time I was facing, and ultimately the guy sat me on this table and never told me to leave, and I stayed. I probably was in his office at 1 o'clock. He came out at 7 o'clock with a pillow and a blanket and said, "You clearly want this," and gave me the bed. Then I started like getting connected with people, having fun without getting high. My boy Eddie was in the house. Got Tommy that passed away. He was a 6'5" dude from Dedham that just got out of jail. Tony Almeida, and it was us four. And I started to experience fun times without drug related.
Yep.
Like we went to the beach every Saturday, and like we just had a good time. And I remember Tommy used to walk the beach, and he was this massive human being, and he would throw the football into groups of girls and just dive in. Nobody would even throw him the ball. He'd just see a group of girls toss it up and scare the hell out of them. And then they all scattered towards us. But we had like we just had shit talking,
Yeah.
just a lot of fun, and that was like the first time in my life that I got to have fun without drugs being involved.
Well, you realize that like life could be had, living could be
Yeah.
had. Like you could have fun, you
Yep.
could enjoy life, you could
Hmm.
laugh, you get real belly laughs, real
Yeah.
emotions, real sense of joy.
And
Like
just started building a network, and then eventually in that house I was reintroduced to poetry because I struggle communicating. I don't know how to express how I'm feeling. And what I do is I put my thoughts and feelings down on a piece of paper, and I've always wrote poetry since I was a kid, and I started writing. And then into my recovery, my path of recovery veered off a little bit from like the fellowship, and open mics and hip hop events started being like my place of freedom, where I got to go and I got to like unapologetically express myself. And I started developing a name. I started doing recovery events. I started getting into advocacy because like a lot of times, like when I was trying to get clean, nobody got clean. We went to jail. Like people didn't. There wasn't somebody with 15 years that was around the neighborhood that were like, "Hey, buddy, if you put the needle down, or if you put oxys down, or crack, you can live this great life." It
right.
was, "Oh, damn, Ronnie's in jail, or Sean's in jail, or Mikey is, or Sparky's there,
Yeah.
Dougie's upstate." It was like you went to jail or like you died.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put my story out there. I wanted to share so like people could see like you can do it. And that poetry was really a way to open the doors to like getting my story out there, giving me a platform. And I feel like I've abused that platform over the last 11 years of just like relentlessly beating people over the head, whether it's with recovery, with my story, trying to inspire somebody to change their life. And you know that's part of how I got here. And then aftermath, I mean, we got the most incredible team. When you hit the lowest of the lows, and you got people like Joe Papa, Johnny, Jenna, Cody holding you up, all came together and was like, "Listen, we're gonna build this up even better." Like they don't, from the situation that we came from to where we're at now, like it was the biggest blessing. It was one of the most heartbreaking experiences I had to go through, and but ultimately, like it was the rebirth. That's the whole idea, the phoenix, the logo. I write about it a lot, reborn from the ashes of an addict, and the phoenix coming out of the ashes in the aftermath of absolute destruction, that we will rise from the depths of hell to be in an even better spot and shed that old life and create new. So,
That's aftermath, baby.
hmm
So I'm gonna read some comments. Don't forget $15
yep,
of the suggested donation. We're
put up a
at
few bucks.
we're at 177 right now.
Ooh, I like it.
Last time Matt was
Yo, we
on,
had $1,600 that we raised last time. So like, get the money up, and we're matching dollar for dollar all the donations. So anybody that's out there with a few extra dollars, throw it in the pot.
throw it in the
It goes
pot.
right to somebody that's in need. There's no like, I mean, it's just trying to help somebody out that is less fortunate, and that's what we're trying to do out here. So Make sure everybody opens their wallets, their purses, throw a few dollars, and we'll match it.
Absolutely. So Cassie McCarthy, she said, "I'm really proud of you, Matt." Sean Canizaro, "I'm chasing my dreams because of guys like you leading the way. Much love and
Yeah.
respect."
Sean always looked out for me since I was a kid, so I was a knucklehead.
Denise Pixley, "Each one teach one. Thanks for helping another addict. God bless." Jason McClure, "Good stuff. Congratulations." Mikey O'Brien, "Two of the goats."
Mm-hmm.
Dave Balfour, "Let's go. Congrats, kid. Rise Barbershop."
Yep.
Mikey O'Brien, "Congrats again on the 15-piece, brother." Maddie Gorman, "Love you guys." Ed Skeffington, "My guy, what's up,
Hmm.
brother? Much love and respect, fellas. Some survivors right there." RJ Journey, "Opportunity knocks, you walk through." That's right. Joseph Papa, pa, love it. Ed Skeffington, "Finding your voice is what it's all
Mm-hmm.
about." That's right.
That it is, bro.
Anthony Manzi, "What's up, brother? Thank you both
Manzi.
for all you do and the support you show for the Bridge Recovery
Mm-hmm.
Center.
That's
Always."
the spot. Another shout out. Anybody in recovery, go down to the bridge. That
Yeah,
is the spot.
it's a
The spot on the North Shore to kick it.
it's a peer support group. You don't have to have any money. You don't have to have
Mm-hmm.
any insurance. You could just go there, kick it with
Hang
some of
out.
the best people we know in
Mm-hmm.
recovery. Carrie Ann's the director there. She's
Yep.
amazing. She's a true warrior in
Tara.
recovery.
Tara's over there.
Yup,
Manzi.
Manzi's a dog, assistant director there, outreach
Mm-hmm. Kim.
coordinator. Kim Costa,
Mm-hmm.
she's a savage. She's been doing this thing for a while.
Yeah.
Just really salt of the earth people. Wilfredo Freddy Gonzalez, "Congrats on 15, my
Yep.
brother."
My man.
Teresa Champalagero, my mom, "Hi guys, happy Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats on 15 years, Matt." Hi, mom. Anne Marie, "Love what you guys are doing here." Anne Marie, thank you for
Yep.
always allowing us to help and be helped by you.
There's a lot of comments to try to
There's
keep
a
up
lot.
with,
Yeah,
bro.
my head's spinning. I don't even have any questions right now. So tell us about aftermath and like how this model of care is effective for people that struggle with things like we do, substance use disorder, mental health.
I mean, I think one of the things, there's a lot of programs that are like this out there, but I think one of the things that sets us apart is how we all like genuinely give a fuck about people and that we want to see somebody succeed. And it's a group mentality. Everybody on the staff, whether personal experience, clinical experience, like we all bring some different aspect to the table and we try to approach everybody on an individual basis on trying to build them up. And it's not our responsibility for other people to get clean, and we don't try to pitch success rates. We don't try to overvalue certain things. We try to put you in a position to succeed. Then it's on you to take the steps that you need to push forward. And we do that in a loving, caring environment that we're going to cheer you on, support you, build you up, get you connected with the community. Keep our doors open for like alumni that come through the program so that you're always like, you're part of the Aftermath family. I feel like when I was going through programs early on, some of the outpatient places that I would try to go to, it was more like, here's some paperwork, fill it out, and then be gone.
Yeah.
Or here's your script of subs. Or it was people that looked down upon us, and I really resented like anytime I ended up in a place and they treated me like I was less than. Like I already know I'm a scumbag for what I'm doing. I already feel sorry for myself. I don't need you, who I've done nothing to put me down and make me feel like I was less of a man.
Yep.
And what we try to do here is just, hey man, you can do this. Like whether it's my experience, Jenna's, Johnny's, Jamie's, Papa's, Hillary. I mean, we have Lee, Cody. We bring so many different aspects, whether you are a gutter addict, high functioning, drug addict, alcoholic. I mean, we just bring a bunch of different perspectives, and we've all been through different things that like we try to use that as finding common ground, because that's one of the biggest things is connection, finding that comfortable feeling with somebody that you can open up about some of your struggles and try to get down to like the root causes of why we numb ourselves with alcohol or with drugs or why we're using. And that's something that I think we stand head and shoulders above others. And you know that's just a big shout out to the team. Like the aftermath staff is absolutely incredible. It's the best staff around, you know. and that's a huge part of why we've been successful, even in such a short time. You know, so.
Yeah, I gotta co-sign that
Mhm.
because like the difference when you walk in here is like the people who come here for help and the
Mhm.
staff, there's literally no separation.
Mhm.
There's nobody walking around in a suit and tie and you know being you know being like punitive to the people.
Mhm.
They're not trying to be, you know, reprimand
Yeah.
people. They're not trying
No
to
belittling or less than or down talking.
you're feeling a little bit off today. Let's go sit and
Mhm.
talk. Let's go take a walk. Let's go play some basketball and like
Yep.
let's do something. Let's connect on a level where, you know, maybe it's not in an office and maybe we're not doing some
Mhm.
one-on-one therapy, but like let's connect on some type of level where we can both get vulnerable because
Mhm.
really that's what it takes in order to succeed in this program.
Yeah.
You have to like in this recovery life is like you have to get vulnerable with somebody. You have to take the mask off, be who you really want,
Mhm.
be who you say you are, get
Yeah.
honest with yourself.
And
And
that's one of the things this past week has shown me. Because my my anniversary date had a lot of people reaching out to me, and we had a very similar approach when we were all together, which I know you know how many people got clean.
oh
And when
yeah,
you
yeah,
look
yeah,
at it, it's like the approach works
the
because
approach
there's a
works.
lot of people that have found recovery that have been successful, even if it was just that extra push or you pulling somebody aside, being, to play basketball or giving your experience like that goes so far when people feel like you're in the trenches with them.
Yep,
You know what
yep.
I mean? And this past week to see and have people that have experienced, 3, 4 years clean
Yeah, you met day
that
one.
were at,
Yeah,
the old place that must not be
the
named.
old place we'll
And
call it. Yeah,
um but when you sit around and you take a look around, like it's absolutely incredible
it's mind
to
blowing.
see how many people actually have recovery. Because I was always told like the negative side of like, yeah, 3% get clean or 7% or
Yep.
one person in this room will achieve recovery. Everybody else is going to relapse. Like that's great. Thank you for giving me such hope when you would have your groups and your clinical expertise at some of the places that I went to. And like I go back in time to different groups of people where there's 4 or 5 people that have
They're still
experienced
sober.
over a
Yep,
year, two
yep.
years, whatever.
And they work in the field and they're giving
Exactly,
back and they're working in
exactly. And
program.
I mean,
Yep.
it's so you just can't put words to it. I mean, it's one of the it's hopefully the legacy I leave behind is that positive impact and that
Oh, you've already
some
written
some
that
some
legacy.
part of people's journey
Yeah.
that I got to play in on their path to a better life or success or whatever they want to label it.
Yep.
And that's something that like it's just
That's the
it's
dash. What are
mind
you gonna do
blowing.
with the dash? So there's a year, there's that number when you were
Hmm.
born, and there's gonna be that number when you pass.
Yep,
Then there's that dash in the middle.
yep,
What are you gonna do with that dash?
exactly, exactly.
That dash means a lot.
Yeah,
It's not just a dash. Like
no,
that's what people are going to talk about for
yep,
years, you know, and how do you want to impact people's lives?
yeah,
We did a lot of harm, both of us, in our
hmm,
using. You know, we caused a lot of harm. We robbed. We emotionally hurt people. We physically hurt people. Like
hmm,
now, I feel like we got to overcompensate. We got
yeah,
to help tenfold.
absolutely,
You
hundred
know,
percent.
tenfold.
We gotta, share that bit of hope. You
Yeah.
know, inspire other people to see that they can live a better life, and then they can make a positive impact. And it's just like,
Yeah.
it's like the butterfly effect or like the ripple effect. You help others, then they help more, and it's like
Yeah.
when you turn around. I mean, look at the community that we have now of recovery. I mean, of people in serious recovery, or
Yeah.
I mean, this is a golden age for a lot of people of staying
It
clean
really
and
is. Yeah. It really
you
is the
know.
golden age.
So,
All right, let's go. So we're still rocking, you know, $15. I think Julie just said we got like 260 raised so far. Thank you guys so much.
hmm,
You guys, honestly, that means the world to us both because that means, you know, you're paying attention, you're watching, you're donating, you're contributing to helping an addict. We
hmm.
really appreciate that.
Let's double or triple that number up though. I know there's a couple people with some money out there. I know some people that work at treatment centers that are on the
They got
thread that
money.
might be able to throw a few dollars in. Let's get that number up and help a few people.
So Mandy McGowan said, "Thank you, Matt, for taking me in when I was at my rock bottom. You
Mm.
saved my life."
Proud of
Um,
you, Mandy.
Elizabeth Mooney, what's up, Liz?
Yo, Liz.
Love you, Matt Ganem.
Hmm.
Thank you for helping to save my life. Good stuff. We love you, Liz.
Yep.
Tommy Cacavaro, love you
Kaka,
guys.
that's
This
my
is
guy.
awesome. wiffle ball
Yep.
teammate.
Yeah. Wiffle ball tournament.
Let's
You
get
gotta
it.
share the flyer, but I don't know if anybody's coming after our squad. We got the hit
We
squad
got the
going,
hit
so
squad. Come get it. Let's go.
hmm get
Tom
involved.
Tommy Kaka again. That color blue is unbelievable, and
Hmm
congrats on 15, Matt. Tracy, what's up, Tracy? Tracy Escalillo toured Aftermath 2 weeks ago. Staff is amazing. Great program. Congrats on 15. Big stuff. Thanks, Tracy. Congrats to you too.
Yeah.
She just celebrated 10 or
Hell
11, I
yeah.
believe. Susan Andrews, I have to shout out Cody because of his
Yep.
support and encouragement, along with
Cody's
Matt,
incredible.
Jenna, Tara, Rob, Richie. I am now 17 months sober, recovery
Mm,
coach, and a recovery support specialist at Turning Point Recovery
beautiful.
Support Center. Thank you all. I love you all. Good stuff. Rachel said, you made a huge impact. Anne Marie, what can you say to the person who knows deep down inside that they need help, but they are so afraid to go and get started? Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Great question, Anne Marie.
With that, I mean, usually what I try to bring up is the fact that you know what it's like getting high and you know the damage that comes with it. You know, sometimes you got to take that leap of faith, step outside of your comfort zone and take that risk because life will get a lot better in recovery. There's no big house and a white picket fence when you're getting high or when you're an alcoholic or when you're smoking crack. Like that does not the chances of a successful life using is just not it's not there
Yeah.
compared to like what recovery can offer and just take it step by step, you know, just whatever that is. If it's they need to go to detox, let's work on just taking that first step and just trying to encourage them,
That's it.
you
Love and
know,
support.
that life is going to be a lot better if they take that step. um
Yeah, I never regretted a day of not getting high.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I mean,
me too.
I've regretted a ton of days, numerous days, tons and tons of days of getting high, but I never regretted a day when I woke
Hmm
up and I was like, shit, man, I should have got
yeah,
high last night. You know, I never had that feeling. I was always like thankful, man. Thankful I
hmm
made through it. Thankful I got through the
yeah,
night. Your life may get better if you continue to use, but most likely it won't.
yeah, I don't
But I can guarantee your life will
we'll
get
give
better.
100%.
By just subtracting one thing,
Hmm
just
it'll
subtracting
give
that,
you everything.
it'll give you
The
everything.
ability to rebuild my family connections and have a relationship with my mother. My father's my best friend. You know, my little sister to be involved in you know a family that like I forced my way out of and turned them all against me because of my behaviors because I was a lying, cheat, and a thief. And you know, recovery has given me those relationships back. You know, friendships. I mean, recovery is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Active addiction is not so beautiful.
No, it's ugly,
No.
ugly, ugly, ugly. Amanda Dean, Amanda,
Yo, yo.
you guys made just an impact in my husband's life. Forever grateful.
Yo.
James Dean, we love you.
James, my
James, we love
guy.
you, Amanda. You guys do so much for the recovery
Yep.
community still. One of those guys we talked about came in, met him day
Mm-hmm.
one. 3 years later, two and some change. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how long it's been, but it's been a minute. Like now
Yeah.
he's working in treatment. You know, you do so much for others, Amanda. You're so involved in his recovery. Thank you guys. Thank you for chiming in. 277. Let's see if we can make it to
Come
300.
on, get that
Come
up.
on, we can do it. We're only $13 away, and we'll keep going from there.
Mm-hmm.
Jan Jensen, Mandy is doing awesome. Thank you, Matt. She is.
Mm-hmm.
She's killing it up there in Lowell. Tons of support for the men and women up there. We're lucky to have her on our team, Greater Walton Recovery Solutions. I'm going to go down the list of our teammates. So we got the great Julie Bunch. She's our director. We have Deb Moore. She's our co-director. We have Kim G. She's our social media expert. She posts all our content, links to recovery articles, memes, all that good stuff. Jessica Grillo. She does a lot of everything. She's our secretary. She holds it down on the live with me. Mandy McGowan, obviously, always great. She's always supportive, trying to help others in the trenches. Linda Powell, she's our registered nurse. She comes to us with medical advice and things of that nature, and just she's the nuances of recovery and treatment. She's always on top of it. She helps us with outreach as well, and the educational portion. We got Richie Evans, the Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
He's our recovery coach specialist and our recovery coach supervisor. So any of our clients that get recovery coach services for free, Richie does supervision, so he works with us and gives us advice on how to approach certain scenarios with recoveries. Also, we have Kara McLean. She's on the outreach team. She does a ton of outreach for us and just a great support person in recovery. And we also got myself. So,
Hold up. Oh, just yeah, they only got myself.
there we got
No,
myself.
no advocacy label, no treatment finder, no legend in recovery. You can't add
Legend
all
in
these things
recovery.
into.
I'll add all that. So I do advocacy work. I
Yep.
do I'm a treatment navigator.
Volunteers.
I volunteer. I
Hmm.
do educational speaking. I do
Yep.
public speaking. I do outreach. I do recovery coaching.
Hmm.
Intervention. I do interventions, help with family consulting, give
Yep.
families their best chance of success for their loved one. I also run help facilitate a family
Hmm.
recovery group in Malden. So I do some things as well.
Yeah, he does. Don't let him try to sneak off at the end of that
Sneak
list
out. I'm not a big
without.
self
No,
promoter.
I get it. I hate doing it myself, but since we're here with you,
We're
I'll do
here.
it
We're
for
here. We're here. Debbie Moore, can you buy me some pom poms and I will be your cheerleader at wiffle
you.
ball? Yes, we will, Debbie. You were our cheerleader at Boxing for Recovery all
Ooh,
summer long.
ooh,
We want to get that up and running
yep,
too. So it's a boxing workout geared towards recovery, geared towards trauma healing, and self defense. And then we also raise money to add to our scholarship fund. So Boxing for Recovery will have a return date soon. Orlando, hope you're
yep.
listening. Let's go.
Good guy.
Lisa B, we love Lisa. Another one, three
Yep.
plus years in recovery since
Four.
day one, 4 years in recovery,
Yep.
and she helps a ton of
Ah,
people.
she's a rock star. Moved all the way up here too.
Yup, congratulations, Matt, with
Hmm.
everything. Continue to help others.
Hmm.
Lisa B, Mikey, you must add your role. Thank you, Matt did it for me. Thank you,
Yep.
Lisa. Um, And we just got a private request from Julie Bunch for you to do some poetry.
Send it.
Send it.
Impatiently waiting until the smoke clears, tightrope walking between insanity and serenity. I wonder if I can find hope here before the rope tears and the last thread of my misery. I can't escape the fall. Their hands of fate grab hold of me, choking me, exposing the broken me of what I was supposed to be. A wrong turn at the fork in the road. Now I can't turn back. Will the door of opportunity close? Should I make my own path? I knew I shouldn't have sold that. A trip away from this foolish paradise to a place where angels with clipped wings make a tie string sing into the afterlife. For my soul, the devil wants to know what's the asking price. My fall from grace is quicker than slipping on black ice. Still searching for solid ground, spiraling and falling down. Is really my calling now? Does it still make my heart pound? Standing on stage, staring out at the crowd. But it's nothing but empty seats. Do I do it for them or do I do it for me? Do I do it for inner peace or do I do it to be free? Just breathe. Because I want to take your breath away. Well, I welcome y'all to my palace of shame and introduce y'all to my marriage to pain, carrying the shadow that I battled to change. And the war was ugly. I rose from the ashes of a junkie. Used to load up in the bathrooms of donkeys. Now I'm getting half the crowds in front of me. Like the applause that fix only fit for a druggie, so I take a hit off the people screaming they love me. And for that one shining moment, these dark skies become sunny. I forget about the nights I was alone, roaming the streets with no place to go, no place to call home, raising a broken child on my own, and you wonder why I got stoned. Chemicals numbing my sharp senses. How many nights is it park benches? A story of the top wrenching where I stopped venting. The ghosts of my past coming back for vengeance. Syringes saying use me and you won't end up back behind barbed wire fences, but I'm against this. So I pull a piece of paper out and I let my pen bleed for you to remember me. Even if my physical presence is deceased, the essence of my being will never leave. Inside these words, please cherish me, for my soul to be set free is more than just a memory.
Woo!
Mm.
Let's go. So I was talking with Julie earlier.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, can you ask Matt to do some
Yeah.
poetry? I said, well, I got to give him a heads up. And
Nah,
she's like, no, I think he probably
I
has
got
those
it. Yeah, we
memorized.
good.
So,
We
and then
good.
you came off the bat,
Yeah,
boom, you just hit
yeah,
him
I got
with
some
it.
more. 2015, I was given the Recovery Advocate of the Year award, which was an incredible honor because usually it's given to some suit and tie that doesn't really care about the people that are, street level. And I think a lot of it has to do. I was at the state house clashing with politicians, trying to fight for longer stays in treatment, filling in the gaps. Trying to break it down, some of the senseless stuff that goes on with politicians and the fact they have no idea about treatment. But in 2014, the bridge closed down and it cut off 600 and something substance abuse beds at
Wow.
detox. CSS, TSS, pre-release juvenile programs, family shelter. Um, yeah, ended up being like 640 beds one night, bust off. You mix that with fentanyl, and from November 2014 to where we're at now, we've seen such an incredible spike in overdose deaths in Massachusetts. And I wrote this piece called The Broken System because it was very frustrating working in the field and helping people that would reach out. And it's like, Maddie, I'm ready. I am ready. I am going to do it all detox. I'm going to go to CSS, TSS, halfway house. I'm going to do the whole gamut right there, fully committed. Never mind the window of opportunity of trying to help somebody who's struggling is so small.
Yeah.
You get them on board. You find them a detox bed. 5 days later, they're discharged with a list of shelters back to the streets, and they got to do it all over again. And it might be the most discouraging thing that when you are ready and you're ready to commit for the full distance, and you just get kicked down. And I wrote this as a vent for dealing with a lot of people calling me after in tears, like desperate for that bed, like just desperate to try to turn their life around and just not having the resources. So it's called the broken system.
My favorite. This is my favorite.
When I got high, it was to escape the pain of hurting. Explaining addiction to a normal person is like a woman with no kids explaining the pain of birthing. Let me break it down to you. These 4 to 5 day spin washes aren't working. We need to scrap the Massachusetts model of treatment and come up with a better version. Because these suits and ties would rather close their curtains, ignoring the state's overdose rate is continuously surging. These politicians must be living a fairy tale. At times, trying to get into a detox like a dog chases its own tail. The system is set up for us to fail to the point. Sometimes it's easier to go detox in jail. Call the programs up to here. We got no beds. Then when you do get into detox, they load you up with enough meds until the entire unit looks like a night of the living dead. A 4 to 5 day escape from the day to day. A safe place to stay. But there's no beds in aftercare program, so the decision gets made to hand you a list and send you on your way. Back to the same. Like those 4 days is gonna fix the years of pain, years of strain, years sniffing pills to push a poison in your veins. Addiction's like a ball and chain to slave whenever it calls your name, weighing you down until it buries you in the grave. And then when you do hit the streets, further treatment is just out of reach. So you keep a dirty urine instead of being clean. Recovery's only seen in the better parts of your dreams. Living the nightmare, transforming into a fiend. And there's not a soul alive that can hear you scream. But you know what you need. Even though the sickness got a trick up its sleeve, it starts whispering in your ear till you start to believe that you got a grip. You can handle your disease till they find your body dead with an empty IV. Another number, another statistic added to thousands this year. One thing remains clear as I bury more and more of my peers that most people out there, they don't really care until it's one of their loved ones added to the prayers. A Facebook wall flooded with love. Rants and raves about how we all hate this drug. I think it's getting a little too overcrowded up above. Heaven needs to stop taking my people. The origins of this epidemic are see through. Pharmaceutical companies gave birth to a generation addicted to the need. Illegal drug dealing doctors influenced by money. That's pure evil. Flood the streets of painkillers, then you pull them off the market. They make it easier to transition into heroin when the withdrawals hit the hardest. I don't even think we face the worst part of it. I sit here with a heavy soul, broken hearted, praying for the daily departed and those that are lost will find their light inside of the darkness. Coming out clean on the other side. I want to spark a rallying cry that might save a few lives. Every day another angel flies, while an entire community mourns while saying their goodbyes. All I can do is try to prove to you that it's worth staying alive.
Woo! Give it up, give it up, give it up. We can't hear you, but give it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Put some fire
Fire
emojis.
emojis.
I'm gonna read some of the comments
Mm-hmm.
so we get caught up. So Chris Albano, he said, "I love you
I
guys.
love
We
you
love
too,
you,
brother. Good
Chris.
luck down in South Carolina, my man.
Keep going, keep
Mm-hmm.
prospering in your process." Megan O'Leary, thank you both for your service. Congrats on 15, Matt. Love when I get to tune in on Sunday. Grateful. Thank you for tuning in,
Yeah.
Megan.
Gotta show support.
Rob G, El Jefe.
My man.
Heavy hitters fighting addiction.
Yeah.
That's right, Rob. Anne Marie, Mikey, don't forget you're also on the board of directors for Recovery to
Ooh.
Discovery. That's right, Anne
Ooh.
Marie. Love to support you guys. Love what you're doing with your artwork and raising money. Anything that can help the community, I'm all for it. So yes, I am definitely a part. I'm trying to help out as best I can with them. Rachel, once again, poetry spoken true. Thank you, Rachel. Keep commenting, guys. Ken Toms off the top, fire emojis. Let's go. Kevin Rosario,
My
fire
man, Kev.
emojis.
That's my guy.
Kimberly, thank you, Matt. Lisa B, fire. RJ Journey, thank you. Denise Pixley, Hand clapping emojis. Kimberly G, you guys did a great job. I'll finish that for you. Debbie Moore, fire emojis. Lisa B, lyrics so real and true. Yup. Kevin Rosario, by far one of the best humans in this sometimes shitty business. Thank you for continuing to be the light, my brother.
My man.
Good stuff, Kev. Chrissy Ballantyne, fire emojis. Deb Moore, fire emojis. Sean Canizaro, fire emojis. Tara, fire
Send
emojis.
it.
Bob Madero's looking good, Matt. Keep up the good work. God bless. Joey Papa, how do you handle parenting, running a treatment center, and keeping up on your recovery? Let's
Joe
go.
Papa hitting with the
He's hitting the
questions.
questions. I like it.
It's not easy. It is not easy, Juggy.
Parenting alone
Yeah,
is not easy.
parenting's a struggle. I got full custody of my son, which is a beautiful thing, and he's also coming to age where he has more responsibilities, and I'm blessed that he's at an age that he can be self-sufficient in a lot of things.
Yeah.
And even with this pandemic and everything that's happened with it, he's definitely stepped up with like his schoolwork, his responsibilities. Having that ability where he can kind of do his own thing is definitely a freedom, especially gathering everything that we were gathering to get this open, getting the paperwork done, long hours, weekends. Like, I mean, the fact that he can kind of take care of himself for the most part
That's
is
huge.
a blessing. My daughter, um, I mean, I got my hands full. I think I need to go to a parenting class to help out. She's been,
Check it out.
yeah,
Bridge Recovery
yeah,
Center.
yep, yep.
Monday night, 6:30
She's
p.m.
she's a lot. She's very emotional. She even this weekend that I had her, we had to try to sit down. She overreacts to everything. Very emotional, and if it's not her way, it's a meltdown, and that's very difficult. And she, my son's very respectful. My daughter not so much. So trying to teach her the respect has been a challenge. So and then just trying to keep everything up front. I got some people I can be 100% honest with and express when I'm screwing up or when I'm falling short in an area. Some people that can hold me accountable or that I can lean on. Having those people in my life are absolutely incredible in my recovery. Um, I talked earlier about how I was separated from the fellowship for a while. I've gotten back into meetings, especially going through some of the difficult times that I went through. Having that place to either share or hear a message has been very crucial this past year. We do a men's meeting. That it's not AA, NA, nothing like that. It's just a group of guys trying to get better and just trying to have some love and support towards each other going through parenting, business, relationship, whatever issues we're going through. We got a safe space to express ourselves, and there's a lot of love in there. There's more years than me. There's less years. There's 30 days. It's 30 days to 20 something years of recovery in there. It's a good variety that that people can definitely get something from. So, and then just putting the work in down here. Trying to I live with purpose. I have a purpose every day I wake up. It's not work when you do what you love. And I get to try to build people up all day and try to give them that little bit of hope that I got that helped me get clean. Just trying to find that spark and put them in a position to succeed and give them that push, So hopefully,
Fire. Great
hopefully
answer.
that
Good
that wraps
answer.
up every aspect that Joe is asking in
That's a
that
great answer.
question. So
Yeah, man. I mean, yo, parenting is just a lot of questioning.
yeah, yeah.
Questioning, are you doing a good
Yep.
job? Are you falling short?
Yep.
But the fact that you're even questioning whether you're a good parent or not
Hmm.
makes you a good parent.
Yeah.
Because like if you didn't even have the care, if the wherewithal to care about that and
Hmm.
the awareness to care about that, then you're already messing up. So the
Yeah.
fact that, myself, I'm a father too in
Hmm.
recovery, and
It can be tough. It's
it's tough.
challenging, and we fall short. There's times that I probably yell too much, and I try to be really quick to apologize, to be like, "Hey, never once do I tell my kids that I'm perfect
Yeah.
or that I don't make mistakes." And try to keep that up front when I fall short. That like, hey, Christian, I didn't handle this situation right, or Peyton, I shouldn't have reacted that way, and just trying to continue the communication. It's a little easier for Christian. He's going through some things with puberty
Yeah.
that are challenging and uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah.
He knows my story, which is a blessing. My family kind of hid some things from me growing up, where like I'm very upfront with Christian. He knows my story, knows my history, and you know, to make sure that he has that open dialogue with me when he gets out there, because there's going to be situations he's going to be peer pressured, or there's drugs or alcohol. He's going to be put in some difficult situations, and hopefully I gave him the knowledge and expertise he needs to handle it, or he at least is honest with me and can talk to me about what he does and what he goes through without fear of getting in trouble. Keeping the lines of communication open for my little teenager.
That's it. Good stuff. So I want to give people an update on what we've raised. We raised $422
Hell yeah.
so far tonight. So we're still collecting donations, $15 for every year. Matt has been sober and impacting people's lives in a positive way.
Yeah, and we raised $1,600 last time, so let's try to beat that.
Sean Canizaro's got a great question right here. I
Hmm.
love this question. What should I tell myself when my mind is having doubts of chasing my dreams of owning my own sober living recovery
Hmm.
home?
Sean, you ain't even supposed to be here, bro. I remember how from you way back, and if you look at where you're at now, like you're a complete success story.
Yeah.
And that in itself should give you the wherewithal of like, wow, even through the difficult periods, all that jail time, like that you can overcome and achieve. Might take the scenic route to do it, and it's gonna come with a little bit of adversity, but success isn't easy, or everybody would have it.
Mhm.
And those bad moments, one of the things that I've always done is I always pick the phone up and call somebody up and be like, hey, I don't know if I can do it. And more often than not, they're like, Matt, you got this. It's just temporary. It's a temporary setback, right? And not get too overwhelmed or too overblown when A doesn't go right for you or B doesn't go right for you, because that's going to be a part of it. It's just like recovery.
Mhm.
Recovery hasn't been smooth sailing for. There's been times where I've had to step back. There's times where I fall short in certain areas of my life that like I have to take a real hard look at like my actions and my behaviors. But it's the same thing when you're chasing your dreams. Like you have to look at like, all right, this didn't work out, and maybe that's a blessing that this didn't work out. Right. One of the experiences I just went through is a blessing that things didn't work out, because I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. So even when things don't go your way, it doesn't. If you take it as a lesson instead of like an utmost failure, wrap it up, I'm done. Not moving forward with it. Take it as a lesson or motivation to push you over that threshold to keep pushing forward. Especially like with sober living, building your credit up. First time home buyers loan, try to get a multifamily. There's definitely ways that if certain things aren't working, to try to bridge that gap. You know.
Yeah, the one thing is like we always in people with addiction, we always view ourselves in different lenses
Hmm.
than outsiders view us. So you're probably way more talented than you give yourself
Yeah,
credit for, and you're probably
100%.
way more impactful to others than you give yourself
You
credit
got a
for.
huge heart too, Sean. You're a very good guy. So.
So keep going after your
Hmm.
dreams, man. Even if you hit adversities, you hit
Hmm.
roadblocks, you stumble,
Push.
just keep moving forward, man. Because like the only thing that can prevent you from it is you. You're the only barrier to achieving your goals. Um, so let me read some more of the comments, and then I'll tell you what Greater Waltham is all about. What we do. RJ Journey said, "Just be real."
Hmm.
Um, that's great advice, man. Just be
Yeah.
real. You can't fake the funk. People see through that. So just be real. Be who you are. Be your authentic self. Carrie Ann said, "So proud of you, Matt. I've been following you for years, and I'm amazed at how you have changed your life. Stay strong." Jasmine Luis says, "Matt and Jenna are my
Mm.
heroes. Thank you for everything.
Proud of
Forever
you.
grateful."
Killing the game. Keep shining out there, Jasmine.
I just want to give a shout out to Peter Pap because I just saw that he's
No way.
watching. Can
No
you please
way.
comment to know that this is
Yeah,
real
yeah. Is
so I
that
can know
real?
it's real?
I don't know if it's real.
Peter Pap, the hat god.
Yep, yep,
Everybody comment hat god for
yep.
Peter Pap and at him.
Hmm.
So Greater Waltham Recovery Solutions, check it out. We place people into treatment. We consult with families to help them come up with a plan for their loved one. We help with interventions. We help with referrals into treatment. We help with scholarship of people for sober living. The money that we raise tonight goes to our scholarship fund. We all do this as volunteers. We offer recovery coaching free as a service to the community. So we come up with a wellness plan and work with someone and help them achieve their goals for recovery. You could be sober no days. You could be sober 100 days. You could be sober 100 years. You're still eligible for recovery coaching with us and life coaching. Um, we just help people connect the dots. We help and support, and we give back to others. We help educate the community on what substance use disorder is and how it impacts us, and how it's a brutal, vicious disease and should be treated as a disease. So yeah, $15 was the suggested donation for the night.
Open the wallets up, open
Oh,
them purses, kick some money in, help out somebody that needs it.
and Matt said that, as part of Aftermath, they're gonna
Hmm.
Aftermath is gonna match whatever
Yep,
donation
cut the check.
that you guys come up with tonight. That
Hmm.
money will help someone for a month of safe, sober living. If they can't afford it on their own, we'll help fund it for them. Sean Canizaro said, "Thank you, love you guys. You brought tears to my eyes. Keep going, brother.
Hmm.
Everything you're doing is for a reason, a real reason." I don't know, man. I don't know. We're pretty much wrapping it up. This was a
Yeah.
great show. I had a great time doing it with my brother, my
Hmm.
my great friend, someone I look up to, someone I admire. His drive, his spirit, his goal setting, his goal achieving. I'll tell you one thing. You help me shift my mindset sometimes, and I like to play the victim, and I like to, beat myself up and not believe in myself, and then, I hear where you come from and what you made of your life, and your encouragement always pushes me because I know you believe in me, so it's like
Hmm.
just a matter of like me believing in
It
myself.
is.
So to have someone like that in my life is invaluable. There's like I can't place a value on it because it's so necessary for me. um that's it. Any last words?
Yeah, no. Thank you guys for tuning in, and let's try to drive that donation number up. If anybody's interested in more of my poetry, you can look me up at Matt Ganem the Poet on Facebook. You can look up Matt Ganem on YouTube for some videos. Make sure everybody goes out, likes the Aftermath Addiction Treatment Center
That's right.
Facebook page. Check out the website. Um, you know, we're out here. Want to give a big shout out to the team: Joe Papa, Jenna, Cody, Hanson, Lee, Hillary, Jamie. I mean, we got such an incredible team. It's beautiful to be in the trenches with everybody day in and day out. And
They're roped off.
yeah, they roped off. Yep, yep. So big shout out to you, Mikey. I love kicking it with you. Just like you're a huge inspiration in my life. Your recovery. Um, you know, it's just beautiful to be able to experience this thing called life together and see where you've been over the past few years and where you're growing to. It's just cool to be part of that journey, and you being in my journey and being supportive of me has been something that's absolutely imperative to my life.
Thank you,
uh,
brother.
but it's nothing but love, and thank you for having me on.
Yo, don't forget, leave the world a better
Yep.
place than you found it. Good night, everyone. Share, like,
Hmm.
do whatever you got to do. Peace. That was a good one.
Hell yeah.
And this live video.